Oh, okay. I'm starting to get it now. I think I kind of get it. So, the mom didn't love her own actual daughter. She probably thought it was like some sort of like what she called her, a demon from hell, probably. And when she got the doll, she honestly, to her heart, believed the doll was her own daughter and would do no harm, and which led to her being one admitted because she was trying to physically harm her own actual daughter versus the non-biological, non-existing doll. Probably took more of a Kindle relationship to it and constantly probably badged at her own child that she is this strange entity in her life that is invasive and destroying everything. So obviously, this woman grew up to believe that and has a weird relationship with this said doll. Okay, I don't know where we're supposed to go, so are we taking her somewhere? Can I go down? Does not work because the door is open. Well, can I close it? There we go. Ugh, this is so creepy. So I would imagine she has a very, I don't know what I'm doing.
Sure, it's warm in the sun, but it gets cold in the evening, and that's not good for
What do you
Charlotte.
want me to do? What am I supposed to do with that information? Are we gonna go somewhere with her? Guess we can kind of backtrack. I'm not entirely sure where I'm supposed to be going. Oh, the fence disappeared that fell. How funny. Can't read that. So she just is treating this doll like her own very sister or daughter, however you want to see it. That's rather sad. Okay, I really don't know where I'm supposed to be going with her. Were we supposed to go into a room to put her in somewhere? Tab, was it? Or no? Oh, J. It's J. Okay, so new experience. The other thing I remember clearly is Charlotte, my doll. Let's search. No, let's find Charlotte. Da da da. Okay. Here goes a new memory. Okay. Medical records, still nothing. Is there any?
I saw a wheelchair on the ground floor. It's comfortable there, and we can put Charlotte somewhere warm.
Oh, they won't let me leave, so it is in the hospital. Okay. Where in the world was there a wheelchair? I do not know how this woman saw that. I do not remember seeing that. I think she very much has abandonment issues. She has a lot of trauma issues too, which are causing her memories to kind of probably like flock, and she definitely has attachment issues. She's attached to a doll, a non-existing doll. And I'm pretty sure she probably has other things that are probably undiagnosed. If what I understand, it sounds like her mom had probably a strange genetic mental illness, and I wouldn't put it past. Where is this damn wheelchair that she sees? I do not remember seeing a wheelchair anywhere. I wouldn't put it past that to happen to the daughter where she gets it
He'll
genetically.
get angry. I know he'll get angry.
Who are you talking about? Who is this he? She could also just be living very much in the past, because if you have a lot of trauma built, it becomes, I don't know if it's oh, there it is.
Charlotte will be comfy here. But it's cold. No, it's cold. Don't shiver, Charlotte. The cold will go away. It'll go away.
This is so uncomfortable. Where the hell am I supposed to put her? I don't know anywhere that's in this house or this place that would be warm enough to plop her somewhere. Maybe at the front of the door?
We must find some warm lights. Let's go to the surgical ward.
Where the hell is the surgical ward? Oh, girl, you're playing in a dangerous area.
Let's take Charlotte to the surgical ward. The lights will warm her up.
Oh, in that room, I bet, huh? The one with all the lights. Okay, now I remember. Well, anyways, if you have a lot of trauma built up, I'm pretty sure that can snap someone's head. Snap someone's head. I mean, it could. Physically, you could snap someone's head. But mentally, the chemistry in your brain would probably cease to function in the normalcy that it should have. And so, wondering if this is what's going on. Okay, now I don't remember which side of the room that's on. Do you guys remember? Was it over here? No, it was not over here. It's not over there. Ooh, it really got dark in here. Open up the windows, get some light in. I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference, but it's better than nothing. What is this one?
He doesn't want to. Not Charlotte.
Who is she talking about? This is making me so confused. I'm guessing it's down here then? Yeah, right over there. Okay, I thought so. I just wanted to remember. I've never seen wheelchairs that look like this. Okay, let's see. Can we turn? And then we're gonna back up. Oh no, I'm backing up the wrong way. Just like I do when I drive. I can't comprehend the circling of my wheel.
The cold has gone away now. You see? The light. The warmth. We can do it. The cold will go away. It has to. Now we can enter the ward where everything started.
Excuse me? Whoa, this is taking a sudden turn. Okay.
It all began in the observation ward.
On the ground floor? You're not gonna read the rest of that script? Okay. Oh, the noise picked up. The hell is the observational ward? Room 8? Oh, I don't know. Calm woman's ward? We were already in here, so we don't need to go in here. Asoson? Okay, let's go in. Oh no, all the doors are open. Oh no! Oh, I'm not about this. Why do I play these games? Why? What kick do I get out of it? I don't like that. And it's getting darker. I really don't like that. Dude, this is so uncomfortable. Are we not gonna talk about the hole in the floor? Excuse me? Excuse me? I didn't know this was gonna be a psychological game. What the Oh! Oh, I'm really finding this uncomfortable. Oh, my fingers are sweating. I don't like this. Dude, stop! I don't like this. I thought this was gonna be a decent game. Oh, dude! You're fucking with my fucking perception here. Oh, I'm already getting a headache, which is not a good thing. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like, and I cannot move my mouse. It is angled to just go straight and slightly. Like, I cannot do a full spin. Greg, you are hardcore tripping.
One day I turned off the light, but it didn't go dark.
Oh, we slowed down.
It was a limitless immensity, a blinding, merciless light.
We really did slow down.
I was 16 years old, and I was afraid. Always afraid. A fear that wore me down. I needed help, but I couldn't speak. I was terrified of everything, even thinking. They said they were taking me to a place where the fear would go away, where I would get better. I stopped living in there. They dragged me away and stripped off all my clothes, everything. I tried to explain what was going on in my head. They tied me to the bed for days. I was alone with my nightmares. It wasn't fear anymore. It was madness. And when you're mad, you cease to exist.
Whoa, look how many women they have in this room together. That is way too crowded.
She was my only hope in this hell.
Oh, you found company.
I was descending down among the damned. But that woman and her smile kept me alive.
Wow. Just imagine coming into the mental institution like that and just being shoved in a room with not only one or two patients, probably more than 5, and you were going through maybe like a a psychotic breakthrough, and just being shoved in with so many other women, like that must have been.
The door is locked from the outside.
How the fuck?
Here, the doors can only be locked and unlocked from the outside.
Girl, stop playing. Like, how did you get in here then? How the hell am I supposed to? How am I supposed to get out? Am I supposed to go through the window? That's not fucking creepy at all. Okay, so... Can I turn on my flashlight now? Who opened the door? Can we check the other hallways?
You can't get out of here. Only the dead can leave this place.
Wow. Yeah, that must have been heartbreaking to go through that. And then for it to shut down and you're in the midst of it shutting down. Oh, I don't like that. Fuck you, Charlotte. I'm gonna go to that other hallway. I'd rather deal with that hallway right now than this. Well, wait. The lights turn on, don't they? Oh. Oh, that doesn't bring me any comfort. Oh, it got dark outside. Oh my gosh, this lady has been in here all day. The madness. Oh, this must be the restrooms. Okay. More restrooms, showers. Showers and toilets? Other toilets? Different type of toilets? Oh, there goes the men's restroom. The urinals. But yeah, like, the shitty part about all of this is that, even if she wanted to go back to her normal life, if she had gotten the help she had sought out for and they had given her to her, right, maybe she could have re-entered society. But it just seems right now that she's kind of having a hard time coping with being out from the facility. Did we come down here or did we come down from here? Oh, we're gonna go in here. She has a hard time coping with what she's going through. And if I remember correctly, when they first closed down the largest hospital, which I can't remember where that is, but the largest hospital that had the biggest reputation for mistreating their patients finally got shut down. A lot of the patients that were so mistreated and malnourished, most of them probably did have family members that they'd gone to. Most of them probably did not. So instead of moving on with their lives, because they couldn't, how could they? They couldn't have the mind to completely move on, came back here and started living in the institution that was shut down. Just like, that's so sad and yet so heartbreaking at the exact same time. So here we are, just reliving our lives, even though this thing has been shut down for who knows how long. Ooh, another memory. Oh my gosh, another crowded area. Can we move around this time? Oh, we can move around this time. She's looking like a T-Rex. Rah! Oh no, I don't like this. Wow, so many different ages. All sharing the same facility. Someone dropped a key. Oh no, don't tell me what I think is gonna happen is gonna happen. Oh, she's holding on to her. Yep. Let's go face it. I'm not gonna like this one bit. So she's drugged out of her mind. He has her doll. Oh, that's so gross. I'm so sorry. Oh, he disappeared. She's gonna go after it, obviously. Let's see, let's keep going. I'm assuming not that way. Maybe this way? Oh, that's what it used to look. I don't like that noise. So that's what the showers used to look like.
He laughed, panted, and slobbered all over me. It hurt me when he touched me. I thought I'd suddenly split open with a loud crack, and I would be shattered into pieces. I felt fragile, Sick, dirty, degraded. All I could do was clutch Charlotte tightly while Renee obeyed. He was the master in the realm of light.
What?
I was being consumed by the evil act I had committed. I threw up and could feel hell getting closer and closer. Those tests the doctors did to me. They said there was something growing inside.
Oh no.
And they wanted to drag it out
They
of me.
didn't even explain to her that she was, one, raped, and two, she had a child because of that rape. Oh, this story is taking a dive for other things that I was not. Oh, you part child. Alright, now where do we go? Do I just return back to where I came from? This open? No, this open. I wanna explore it out here first before we go anywhere else. I don't think we could do much in here, but I just wanna look. I just wanna look. Alright. Okay, yeah. Can we go down here still, or do we need to... Okay, Charlotte's not back over here. Never mind. Can we check these rooms? Oh, we can, yes. Let's see if we can find anything interesting. So, oh wait, can we check in here? Find any documents? There's a ton scattered there, but none that we can read. So let's see. Oh, there goes one that we can read. Dear Mr. Director, the present letter is to recommend to your previous attendant, Miss Raylene K., admitted in your institution last 12th April. Sure of your special attention to the unfortunate woman, our dear friend, I beg you to provide her for every need. The family will satisfy every expense. For any concern, please contact Messenger and Antonia D, who will personally come to visit. Sincerely yours. Oh. So obviously someone we knew from our past that we probably have no recollection of. So that's where we came from. I'm wondering anything else? This just kind of sucks that you have all these rooms, right? And each of these rooms have a lot of beds in them. I think it was like several beds of like maybe let me think. Was it 4 or 8? 8 beds that are combined in a space, and this is how these people would live. Oh, I don't like that. There we go. And that's pretty crummy. So crummy. Alright. Let's see what this says. Dear Director, I have been working in this institution for 5 years now. I am a simple person. I am not educated and I feel embarrassed about writing to you. I've always tried to look on the bright side, but sometimes we are called upon to do difficult things. That is our duty. And I well understand and accept it. There is no alternative. However, I have decided to write to you because something is happening which is simply unacceptable. I am well aware that there is someone amongst us who devotes too much attention to the young female patient who are confused. The serious nature of this fact has compelled me to write to you, and I'm certain of your integration and of measure you will adapt to solve the problem. Please accept my warmest regard and respect. So obviously you have those people that... Oh, this one's locked. That one's locked. That should obviously not be working in a institution filled with people that have no way of consenting, let alone physically mentally being there. Physically they are there, but mentally they are not. And obviously what happened to our main protagonist is probably happening to other women, which is unfortunate. Alright, let's see what else. Locked. Alright, so we got an item here. It looks like a postcard. Oh, are we gonna... Oh, I guess not. Alright, we've been down there. Oh, I'm backtrailing. My bad. They all look alike, so I'm having a hard time distinguishing which room I've been into and which one I have not. Let's see. This looks like a storage room. Now we're gonna go over here. More rooms. So yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 beds? Could you imagine sharing a large room with 11 people? Oh, that must have been hard and stressful.
She stayed with Renee
fuck,
during
she
those
scared
terrible
me.
medical examinations, and that gave her the strength to survive.
I freaking hate it when she does that. She scared the crap out of me. Okay, nothing. Move. I want to look at this. Okay, so where are we going now? I don't know. She said something. Okay, that door closed. I had it open. Where are we going? Oh, I don't like that. Okay, I don't know where we're supposed to be going. Let's go ahead and look at our... So we have not found medical records. We've unlocked... Okay, so the start of all the trauma was her mother, who obviously was also admitted. She got admitted later into her adulthood, which would be her young adult life. And then the abuse happens, which was common back in the day for that. So anything new? Oh, looks like we got some new stuff. I don't think I can. Alright, here we go. This is where it's going to begin. So we'll let it read. Please?
He felt accused, hurt. I chased him away. I insulted him. He was proud, handsome. He said things about me to other people, which he shouldn't have said. Mother caught me coming home drunk. She beat me and sent me to speak to Don Gino every day. He came back and tried to speak to me. I think he liked me. Sometimes I sent him packing and I started shouting at him. But other times I embraced him. I held him tight and loved him. But he couldn't bind himself to me. I was 16 and ill. I had no future. I didn't get out of bed for weeks. Then I did things I was ashamed of. I slept with men. The guilt tore at my soul, and the light came back to torture me. I invented stories to justify my actions. I couldn't bear my own weight.
Man, jeez. I was gonna say... There's always some sort of pressure we have in society, and that will never go away. They will continue to exist, given where you're born and what status you have in society. I would imagine being young, around the 40s, maybe even earlier than that, because if she went to the institution when it was in the 1940s, she was probably very young, or I guess when it closed, she was probably very even younger than that. And I would imagine society pressures then were probably bigger than they are now. Or maybe just about the same. Again, depending what culture you come from, not a lot of people are very knowledged for things, so I would imagine the same peer pressure probably exists. But let's bring it back to being then, where like being a virgin was the biggest flex you could have for back in the day. It was the greatest thing, and it was the only thing that honestly gave you leverage in marriages. So you had to be a virgin. There was no but, ends, or ifs. Like, you needed to be a virgin. That was the only way you're going to be married off, and that was the only way you were going to be sold off as stable. Being a whore or a slut back in that day was frowned upon. It was like the biggest frown you can ever get. And they could not fathom. Don't know why they could not fathom that women were incapable of being a slut in their turns. They were incapable of expressing themselves in ways. So being young and over here flinging your body around, it must have broke her. And then we go to here.
Mum found out about it. Her voice split my head. I pushed her away because I was afraid of dying, and I shouted to the whole world what was happening to me and that I didn't understand. The police arrived and they carted me away. I remember the onlookers shaking their heads. They would be better off without me, cleansed of shame, with something to talk about for a while.
Wild. How dare she have feelings and emotions? And how dare she exploit those feelings and emotions in unnatural ways that women could not back in the day? I wonder if that's how she ended up in the hospital, was the fact that she was probably, well, she did have some sort of trauma. Not that I'm saying she did it, but her outburst of her emotions and her sleeping around is normal. I think to an extent normal. People do sleep around. It is considered normal. But if you're over sexualizing your feelings instead of addressing them, that's when it becomes the issue. And it sounds like she certainly became an issue with that. And so this is why she's in the hospital. Medical examination. Is that where I'm supposed to find is the medical room? Not a story I was thinking was gonna be about. Okay, let's see. Medical room. Would that be upstairs? Or would it... We already checked that door, right? We checked it down there. Let's go ahead and check upstairs. It's this one. Not this one, right? It sounds like it. Oh, this is where they put her feet up. She was having a baby. Oh. So this is what the uterus would look like in the inside. I would imagine they were probably checking to see if, like, the child would tuck, or the sperm and the stuff probably work together. What is this one? Oh, okay, surgery room. No, it's not this room. That's probably why she had such a hard time remembering when she was taken in that room. That must have been very dramatic for her. And people probably not explaining things as correctly as they should to a patient like her. Okay, I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. Ward 3 partially agitated women. Which I'm assuming we're going to eventually go down to, so I don't know where we're supposed to be going. Okay, let me look again. So let's see, we need to go to the medical examination room. Where's the medical examination room? Medical. Yeah, I don't know where that is. Is that down here? Surgery A, surgery B, surgery C, and they're all locked, so... Medical examination. That's gotta be on the first floor. So let's go ahead and go back down. I don't know which room that would be. Medical.
August 21st, 1938. Confidential. Dear A, I know what you think about these things, so I'm referring a patient to you, Renee T. This wretched girl got out of control and caused trouble in the grounds. She's almost 3 months pregnant. The nurses should be more alert. I'm examining the girl on the 28th. I'll handle things very carefully, don't worry. We don't want to make matters worse. Then they said that Renee was crazy, and that the illness was all in her head. Careful, little girl, careful. I was scared, and I didn't talk to anyone about the illness. Only her. Not even the other doctor. He never touched Renee. He just wrote things down. You can tell me everything. Don't be afraid, he said. Everything's going to be fine. Do you want to know what I am writing? I note down what I observe in you, everything I see. He didn't hate Renee. He tried to help her, but he rarely examined her in those small surgeries.
Oh. Okay, it took me quite some time to figure out where to go. Because apparently from what the guide I was looking at, it was supposed to prompt an audio text saying which place I was supposed to go to for the medical examination room, and it didn't tell me, and nor do I even have the prompt to go to this room. So on the guide I was like, well, I don't know how they triggered the audio response for it when I'm standing in the same direction, so I figured I might as well just check it out and see if anything else happened. And here we are. So now we go to the small surgery rooms. Okay. Which is a bit annoying that it didn't give me the audio selection. Oh, it's the thing to hit your knee with to see if you have a functioning knee, a functioning reaction. Yeah, that was so annoying. I spent such a chunk of time trying to figure out how to get to where I needed, and I was just eventually going to say, like, hey, if there's no way I can prompt the audio, then I don't know what's the point of playing this game anymore. But good thing, I managed to figure it out. So, here we are. Ooh, that's a lot of reading. Administration and personnel detail documents. Charity congregation. Name and surname. Oh, these are all women, huh? Ooh, she has 5 children. Date of birth, 1883, I'm wondering, is what it's saying? Or 1983? No, I'm thinking 1883. Okay. Let's see what this
June
says.
1935. After much theorizing and practice in clinics for the privileged, the moment for action has finally arrived. Volterra is the right place. It's an avant-garde hospital, the perfect place for a doctor who really wants to make a difference. November 20th. Crossing the threshold of the asylum was similar to entering another dimension. A world of smells, noises, and images which it is almost impossible to imagine, describe, or explain. August 1936. The situation is similar to that in many other institutions. The department is overcrowded. Hundreds of patients are supervised by a handful of nurses who are forced to tie the more distressed ones to their beds or to radiators. They do 24-hour shifts. It's impossible to work like this. We doctors rarely see the female patients, and it's the nurses who tell us what's happening to the women.
Oh, now they decided to voice audio some of the text. Would have loved it at the beginning and continuous of reading. You think I want to sit here and read all this? No, but I will nonetheless do it. Oh, now we can look at our stuff. Well, you can wait. So I'm guessing anytime we hear that noise is when we prompted a good, whatever the word I'm looking for. What is the word that I'm looking for? I guess we triggered an event because here we are going into a room. What is this? What?
March 12th, 1938. Renee T., 16 years old. Menstruation at age 12. Housewife. Father unknown. Mother a seamstress. Admitted in observation yesterday morning from Pontedera, accompanied by a police officer authorized by the examining magistrate of the Court of Pisa to be admitted for a psychiatric evaluation, which I have carried out. Medical certificate. Mental illness preceded by warning signs. Has suffered from depression for a year, believing she had tuberculosis. Food deprivation. We can't read this document. It is forbidden. We mustn't. If they find out, there will be trouble.
Oh, now we're given prompts. So this is a... So I'm assuming this is where things can either go very wrong to very right in this case scenario, because upon trying to figure out how to get out of the dilemma that I was in previously, I also found out this is very much a choice-oriented game, so there's multiple endings. So this is a game you're going to be playing multiple times. So for the longevity of me playing for as long as I did, let's go ahead and go with... It talks about Renee, it talks about you, so we have to read it. That is true, but also don't be scared. Nothing will happen to you. That's true, we should not read it. To be honest, I'm torn between A and B. I get the vibe she's still very much living as if the facility is still running, and it doesn't make any sense to me thinking it from an outside perspective. It doesn't make sense because there's no one's there running the facility. They obviously have all these documents out in the open that should have been torn but was not torn. And she's talking to herself in third person. She almost has like that one guy from Lord of the Rings. I've never watched it, but the guy that always talks about the precious ring and how he has multiple personalities that he's speaking to. So I get the feeling that's what's going on here, is that I'm thinking Charlotte is maybe like that, the voice of reasoning, or yeah, I guess reasoning to like prevent us from further harm. So it's throwing me off because it says we can't read this document. I'm gonna go with B.
We have to look for Amara. We must hurry. We have to follow the memories and make sure they don't fade.
Go on.
She is frightened, hears noises and ghosts, presents serious signs of anxiety psychosis, suffers from hallucinations.
Oh.
She is anxious, confused. Her expression is distressed, a questioning look as if terrified, disoriented. She feels confused, hears voices shouting in her head. She doesn't understand things properly. She has been feeling unwell for 2 or 3 months. When questioned, she replies, "My mother wants to hurt me. I am always scared of her. She chases me." "Why are you here?" "I argued with my mother and was so upset that I felt like my head was spinning. There was a woman there who wanted to force me into a life of prostitution. They wanted to condemn me to be burned at the stake. Children whispered, called my name." March 16th. She couldn't sleep last night. They wanted to condemn her to be burned at the stake. April 4th. Transferred to the calm ward, still under my supervision. "Yes, that's true. The ward where Amara was. Yes, the stake. The children wanted to burn Renee. She had to pay for what she'd done, like witches at the stake."
Oh, so she's talking to herself. We could just say they're just hallucinations, but I don't think that's gonna help at all. You don't confront someone that's having these mental illnesses with the absolute truth, because it's not gonna help them in their case. It's just not. If they're already believing in the delusion, you cannot break their delusion. You just won't. You won't be able to. Let's go ahead with A.
So many things frightened me. The system I lived in was built on fear and light. There was no mercy or understanding in the town of light.
Ooh. That must have been a horrific.
April 21st. She's more awake this morning and is responding to questions, complains of headaches. She became agitated when she found out her mother was there.
Uh-oh.
She says that one day, many years earlier, she was with a friend of hers and met a man who made her get into a car and took her for a ride.
Mm.
He made her smoke cigarettes and drink liquor, and the man showed her certain things. He tried to hurt her and made her go crazy. She says he promised to marry her and made her swear to keep what had happened a secret. These facts were essentially confirmed by her mother. After that, she became arrogant, impatient, and hostile towards her family, especially her mother. She started taking off her clothes in public. Her moods would swing from laughter to tears. She rants. She pleasures herself. I can't remember these things, only the guilt, the stake. I know I deserved to pay for that guilt. I knew it even then.
Oh, so what I'm hearing is she has prior sexual assaults in her life. And if no one knows, if you have prior assaults in your life sexually, especially at a very young age, there's several instances that will happen, one being the most common one, and that is the child will proceed to take on these emotions as normality, which means any kind of mood swings that they have, they will start to exploit it in sexuality matter. And it seems like our main character here is kind of going through that, is that she doesn't know how to cope with a lot of things. She doesn't know how to comprehend a lot of things either, and the only thing she truly understands is, one, this sense of pleasure relieves the pain that she's going through. So in a sense, she became a chronic sexual abuser to herself and to other. That's I'm assuming. We're only given like a certain amount of information, so that's sad. Ugh, so much to take in. I didn't think this game would be such heavy graphic details. When it said graphic, I was more or less wondering like a lot of blood. this very much goes very deep into a lot of issues that happen in the 21st century, and that's what a lot of women faced back then. And some women still face that today. I'm not going to say that today's modern institutions for mental health are that great. Yes, they have improved, but there are still some people who obviously can get hired on with a shady background like that dude did, and he went ahead and had a piece of her. And since women today, they still go through that issue today, and that's the unfortunate cases for that, is that they're not able to consent to it. They're well aware of what's going on, but being hooked up on so many different things and being unable to express what's going on directly from their inner dialogue, they're just left with having to live with that feelings and those degrading events that's happened to them. Ooh, this is a tough thing to choose, so let's see. Let's look for the rest of the diary to understand. Everything will become clear. You deserve it. You tried to hide from yourself. It's not that we tried to hide from ourselves. It's that, the best word I can describe it is that we're unaware of our own conditions, let alone the conditions of others. And what I mean by that is, if you're not looking out for what you're doing or saying or reacting, how would you know that you're doing it? For her, she's in a sense guilting her own self because of her own pride and her own guilt into saying that everything she's done is wrong. And I agree. To an extent, everything you've done in your adulthood can be wrong. What happened to you as a child has conditioned you to do what you have done into adulthood. And it becomes the whole thing of nature versus nurture. How that impacts you as you slowly start to age. Let's go ahead and go with... I'm torn between B and A. This is such a hard thing. Let's go ahead and look for the other diaries. Because,
She was
again...
uncooperative during the examination. She didn't want to be stripped and her body remained rigid. Voluntary attention almost totally absent. Probable hallucinations. April 25th. Confused ideas. Unable to maintain a spontaneous conversation. Reflexes all normal. Reactive pupils. Let's find Amara, and we'll find the full medical records.
Who's Amara? Is this like another personality? Okay, so yeah. So it looks like,